Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, Capricorns, you are my muse. I have created an ink blot made in your name and essence. If you want to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. We're going to scry from one direction. Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather and just recovering. We're going to add on tarot and oracle, and as well we have ghost tube here kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. So please do receive or release freely. Capricorns, you know the drill. I'm going to open up. You're welcome to join me, or you can fast forward through. Either way, thank you. When you're ready, taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of Capricorn Collective. Capricorns, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in my aura. All right, let's dig in here. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to yourself.
I want to come.
Well, you're welcome. Come on in. Come on, knock on my door. I'll be waiting for you. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, I'm getting like so kind of like a Swamp Thing vibe, but I don't want that to sound... Okay, the way I just heard it is, you know that song, Wild Thing, dun 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 dun, you make my heart sing, but I hear it like Swamp Thing, you make my heart sing. So maybe like a Wild Thing, Swamp Thing. But as I'm seeing it, it's like I'm coming out dripping with the seaweed. There are elementals in here.
Drink.
I will drink, thank you. Sorry, I've got my lemon water here, hot lemon water. Drink. There are elementals in here that are helping to peel off anything that's kind of soggy. You know what I mean? It's like coming out of the water and like your clothes are wet and sopping. And I'm being asked to stand there for a moment and allow the elements and these elementals to assist me. That's how it's making me feel. Because wherever I've been, and maybe you can resonate in whatever context this is in, personal, professional, creative, corporate, all that kind of good stuff. It's like taking off healing stuff. Like the healing's been done and now it's like, what is that? Almost like a body mask or something. I'm trying to think of like something like a seaweed wrap.
Sorry.
And now it's like you're coming out refreshed. So it's like going from Swamp Thing to Wild Thing. And I feel like in the early aura of January, anyway, as we're here, but whenever you receive this, but it's inspired by early January, it's like being open to receive that help. There's a zipper. I feel like I'm revealing something. Oh, yes, I am revealing. There's also a mudra in here. Whichever mudra might feel well to you, or you might even naturally do it. I'm seeing George of the Jungle. Sorry, my nose is very stuffy. And I also want to note, Capricorns, over here in the pre-shuffle, you had 3 cards come out. For whatever reason, it's taking me over here. So 13 number of integration, 13 signs. There's a whole lot of lore around 13, so please follow your own intuition. But the message here is you're a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. The overall message here is I am confident. Do we have somebody murdered over here? Are you trying to come through for somebody in the Capricorn collective? So there's a confidence in this. It's almost like when I'm coming out of the seaweed wrap, like I'm at some sort of swamp spa, but I feel like I've been in it for quite some time. Even like overgrown fingernails I'm seeing. It's like I was mummified, or I was mummifying something or a part of me in preparation for this reveal. There's also something about like paper mache. I don't know if somebody's creating with paper mache or... Give me a moment. Okay. Sorry, I got drawn down here. See this line here? This feels like the veil. A veil, a threshold. I'm stepping up to meet, okay, interesting, to meet my maker. Which I think is me. But maybe you have a different connection to that. Maybe you've been working with someone or something else in regards to what you wish to make of your life. This feels intense. It feels intense. There might have actually been something that you had to reprieve and like go back into the swamp of sorts, if I may. I'm going to say hide, but you actually averted something that would have potentially kept you in somebody else's cycle because it served them versus you. Served them more than you, and you recognize that. So there was this retreating. So interestingly enough, again, when I think about that, I think of like the word retreat. And you retreat from something. But then it's also that positive way of going, I'm going to go on a retreat. And there's like the seaweed spa feel going on. Hi, welcome. Come on in. I'm glad you're right here. Does that make sense? So it's like I retreated from potentially engaging in something that seems consistent in my life thus far. I don't think it made it over the threshold of the calendar year. Knowing the zodiac calendar of sorts, yeah, we'll say that's fine, is really like an Aries season. So you're like utilizing this time to solidify and unwrap the wild thing. It's almost like there's a coming out of, if there's a part of you that has retreated and has been resting and recalibrating, whatever that is for you, you're going to be coming out and people are going to be like, oh, I didn't affect you, or that didn't affect you. Why isn't, and that seems external for one reason or another. But Capricorns, it's like you somehow understood or transmuted or alchemized, insert any word, that their efforts were giving you an opportunity to transmute that. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Because like I'm seeing all this like, and where that zipper is, I will follow you. And some are going to see this wild thing come out as like a monster, because it's a monster to them. Because the way the relationship or the resonance was, or friendship or dynamics of your job or whatever the case is, even a relationship with your own self, habits, substances, goals, wishes, desires, things you've put on the burner maybe for one reason or another. And now it's like when you see this wild thing, they're like, oh my God, they're wild. But okay, I feel like the wild thing is celebratory. And if anyone sees you like a monster, like what's going on here? Like you're so different. It's because they prefer to hold you in the other space, because it served them more. Sorry, I'm very stuffy. Does that make sense? And I'm not trying to be all externalized about it, but it's here. So I want to acknowledge that it's here. You're sopping with success, I gotta say as well. It's almost like putting your wisdom to retreat and retreat to good use. And this is kind of the window from January. Yeah, from January on to like get it going, because there's a heart up here and it almost looks, it's a heart, like a throat chakra, but it's almost like cold. So some people might be getting the cold. You might not be speaking to them as much because of that. You also have a what are those? Sorry, one moment. You know, like on a
Glass.
no, what are they? They're like buttons, but they're not. Anyway, you know, like in the back of a couch, and if there was a button in there and then they pulled it so it makes this decoration. Anyway, it's like that. So there's like a decoration around this throat and the heart. It's not quite quilted. It feels fancier. Like I feel like your words are going to be
Brandy.
fancier. Not in a snooty kind of way, just in a feeling way. Yeah. It's clearer. And for some, that may come off as colder because it's just being very crystal clear. Love it. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. There's venting going on. I have vented. Oh, okay. So thank you. So what's happening here is there are either 2 or 3 crows, ravens, bats, but they are working as ventilation systems between the conscious, subconscious, apply what you'd like, to your mouth. Capricorns, you might be noticing as you start to speak, and you might already know, but others are, there's like a, okay, how do I say?
Not all of us.
It's like the words that you're saying, the tone has an infusion of some form of DNA in it. I don't know what that means, but there it is, because it's very blatantly the way it came through. I'm also seeing a beetle. There are lots of elemental energies helping you out. Okay, so there's also a feminine energy over here. Somebody in spirit could
Are
even
you
be
a friend?
Yeah, absolutely. It could be like a guardian angel or a guide or a mother type, auntie, sister, somebody in spirit along that lines. They're in the golden. They hang out in your golden aura area because so they're like high up there. And I don't mean that in a hierarchy per se of what we might traditionally think, but alas, it is what it is. Like they've reached the golden gates of sorts and they are helping you. There's also a really big moose here. You have been being nudged closer to the golden aura or golden age, maybe of your own golden age. So there's working with beings that are of that same caliber. George or Jane of the jungle. I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Heart attack.
Did you have a heart attack? Did somebody pass of a heart attack that is around you? Perhaps this mother anti-feminine figure passed of a heart attack or something along the lines with the heart. There's a very significant piece. It's like a whole landmass. You've been cheered on. Capricorn's cheered on in the indigo. See, I want to say like in the chakra land of it all, but for some reason I feel like I'm truly in like some auric atmosphere that I humanly am placing in our energy centers, medicine wheels, vortexes, etc. But this kind of goes beyond that. It might speak to that area, that energy center, but I feel like it comes from the other side of the rainbow. I don't even know what that means either, but there it is. Okay, your other card that came up in the pre-shuffle is Pure. Honor your temple. Does that come through? You've been through something deep. Okay. It's like that swamp thing feeling. It's like I went under the water, deep into my emotions. Somebody thought, I feel like this is external, but again, there's a titch of me being aware that I'm viewing myself from the external. And perhaps that's a judgment I'm applying to somebody else, an external energy entity, but with my judgments, like how I would perceive what I've done. So it's like I went under the water. Anyway, the thought process is that I perceive that I took a fall. So somebody else thinks they succeed. But really, it's like I was taken to another universe with spirit in there because I dove so deeply into my emotional body, and how it's communicating with my earthly body and how, okay, so it's like that DNA thing again. It's like there's different strands of DNA. There's, your
Closer.
Earthly DNA, then there's like your emotional DNA, then there's energetic DNA. Ethereal DNA. There's more DNA. There's more DNA. Oh, is this what I'm unwrapping? Okay. There's a very old spirit that holds you in high regard. This feels more masculine. And while this one, the feminine one feels like in the golden aura, he's also golden, but he's like beneath the earth. So he's buried. He was human and has been buried, possibly from a different lineage. He speaks to you very clearly, and he feels very, very smart, like a philosopher or something. Maybe some Capricorns are connecting into philosophy.
Blessed.
Creating your own philosophies versus just it's like being inspired by past quotes, philosophical ideas, but instead of just regurgitating them out into the world, which has its place, don't get me wrong, it's like you're actually sitting with it and knowing what that means for you. And then when you regurgitate it, it's slightly different, or it's brought into the modern age. And I feel
Remorse.
like this has been, this is what's wanted. This is what's wanted. They have like glasses on the end of their nose. Might even be from a different time because they're a little bit burnt, but it feels masculine. There's a turtle over here. Something has been slow and steady. Thank you. There's your rune that also came up was the lion, and I will get to that in just a moment, Capricorns. But I don't want to rush through. But okay, let's keep going here. I want to thank you so much for being here with me, for sharing, and subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much. You guys warm my haunted heart. I'm so grateful for you all. The link is below to support, and personals will be uploaded shortly, probably mid-January. So there'll be more options if you'd like a personal. So awesome. Okay, I'm going to carry on here. Okay, I'm getting distracted by your ink blot again. All right, let's dig in here. So, somebody's singing something into you. Something singing into you. Could even be music of some sort, or you might be hearing music from. It feels again like weirdly in the atmosphere, like with your second hearing or even third hearing. I think this might be coming from one of the realms that you're working with. You got guts. And now it's time for the glory. I think at some point in time, Capricorns, there is something I was trying to drag with me. There might have been a person or a situation, a friend, a wish, want, desire, maybe even idea, whatever the case may be. And I was trying to like drag it. Not screaming or anything like that. I just wanted them to come with me. And I don't think they could for one reason or another. Okay, there was also some sort of training going on. I've never seen the movie, but I'm seeing Shrek in here. I don't know what that is called. It's like a Shrek type creature. Anyway, there's also a wizard here. Like one of those wizard Merlin hats. There's some, like the original wheel. I feel like Capricorns, you might have been working on something since like the beginning of time. Not just this lifetime, possibly. It might feel that way, but I feel like from the beginning of time of your existence.
Where am I? Count.
Something's coming together. There's a whole landscape up here. And right up here, I don't know if you can see it, or if you're on a phone, you can zoom in. It's like I'm seeing the travel. I think it's like, is it Tibet or something where they all, and forgive me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it's a certain time of the year or they go somewhere. Because now I'm seeing this like a mountain. And they all make this trek maybe to get healed or something like that. To reach like this diamond. Because I'm seeing it like your birthstone or the December birthstone anyway. I can never remember what it's called. And I'm a December baby. So like seriously. I can't remember what it's called. But I'm seeing it like your birthstone. Anyway, so whether this is like many of yous in your lifetimes, your existence overall, there's also a golden dove up here working with you.
Not likely.
And they are, or these people are either following you towards this trek because they understand this, what are those things called? Oh my goodness.
Closer.
They understand the value of something. It's not about worship. It's not about admiration. This feels like leading me to a place where I can retreat and restore and replenish in the energy of
Virgo.
Where I've been. It's like I can honor that. So anyway, so I think it's like Tibet or something, that they all make this trek up to this place or this temple. Forgive me, I really don't know what it is, but it's stepping forward. Anyway, there is one being that has a light in front of them and a light on top of their head. It's like there's these prominent characters along the way for either other parts of you to keep following your own track and trek, like literally like the goat, up the mountain. Yeah, there's that beetle thing again. There's also a snake head in here, I can see. It's fossilized, though. The snake head is fossilized. There's also a footprint. Something about bodies of water as well.
Smoke.
I'm seeing a hand saw. Not afraid to do work the old-fashioned way. Not because it is better or worse. Sometimes you just got to get to the grit of it. There's something about interacting with elements as well. Like, I want to say like hand-to-hand combat, but that's not how it feels. It's like hand-to-hand creation, texture to texture. Okay, sorry. You had Cyborg come in here. See, there's a part of you that has been unleashed. That may have been some sort of fire within you. You may have appeared to have put out to preserve something. I feel like there's a clearing out. And not too many people will go into the swamp. But Capricorns aren't afraid to go in the swamp. It actually serves. It's like there's all these minerals and stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Jackie.
I had to cry a tear for the, and this doesn't feel like sad. Maybe it felt sad at one point in time. It feels like a persona that I chained myself to. Maybe it was people pleasing. I don't know what it is. It's none of my business. But there's something. And as I take this mask off, coming out even like the swamp thing to wild thing, if it makes me want to cry a little bit. Sorry, so I'm getting right in there. I feel, how do I say this? I feel like while I'm taking this mask off or this transformation, maybe you are going to the beauty spa and, getting a new haircut or hairdo, whatever the case is. But it feels like, and by doing that, I'm not angry at my old haircut or upset at myself for the decisions I've made. It's like I feel the vulnerability. And I understand the value of that version of me. And now I want to, again, transmute and alchemize to put maybe that version or that emotional state or energetic state. Again, it's all very mutable, it seems, very fluid. And I want to do something really good with that. And I'm going to do that version of me proud. And then it's like it gets the DNA upgrade. Like I upgrade the DNA by doing something about it. That's what it makes me feel like. And not playing other people's games either. And it feels like once I have done this, or I feel like you've already done this, whatever this imprisonment was, and it's like and I'll say it the way I'm seeing it, I was the one that was holding this version of me hostage, even though there might be other people, places, or things that alluded to that as well, or again, it served them for me to go in that direction. I still take responsibility. However, there's this technomancer that's now here. And the technomancer, it's like Frankenstein's coming back to life, or it's alive, it's alive. And once I have connected into this emotionally, things take off. And they take off really quickly. And they take me off, if I may, right up to that heart. Like this black pirate ship of sorts, or steampunk ship. It doesn't even have to be, but we're here, and I'm assuming you like a little bit of creepy or spooky if you're here with me. And it leads me to this, which is the portal. This is the portal. Other people can't come with you. Those who can, they have their own way. So this is almost like how I'm seeing it. It's like I'm seeing other people, places, or things, opportunities that are going to come your way, and you're going to come into their way. But everyone has their own portal to meet that meeting place of the one love, not trying to be cheeky about it. Because I've purified something. The lion. The lion spirit brings dignity, courage, power, and balance. Lions lead with a loving heart and defend fiercely, confident in their birthright of power. Your lion spirit can help you to learn to hold your head high, stand tall, and to have faith, even in times of discord. This is what this is about. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps. That's why George and Jane of the Jungle came out. I see you now. I understand. That's why I've been nudged. Because you're leading up to this whatever this portal is, but it's of love, self-love, but there's something like clarifying it. It has taken a significant amount of courage to be here. In this, I'm going to say, in the continuous timeline of your existence. At times it's been a tightrope, but you've always been working with, how do I say, alligators, cows, and the Loch Ness. Alligators, cows, and the Loch Ness, and the turtle over there. Something's turned a page. There's also a Scooby-Doo dog down here. Yes, it's like I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared anymore. And as I'm going to come back to the beginning, as I'm getting ready to close out from this swamp thing to wild thing, it's like now I'm leading with my own love, which is a loving, loving heart. Absolutely. But I will defend fiercely now. And that's why if anyone sees me as a monster, it's because I am challenging them. And they may not be willing to accept this harmony of updated DNA of me, myself. And that's okay. There's something about the birthright of your power. It keeps coming through as well, even in the lion. And it's like I'm bringing that here and now. I've gone through this whole jungle of sorts. Because I'm seeing it like a jungle and a dark forest. At the same time, I see like a ship. There's so many areas that I've been through. At some point in time, I think I was captured by something. They were trying to look at me, to they were trying to figure you out, which seems odd. But yeah, you're a ghost. Yeah, to me, but not to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Risk. You're worth the risk. There's so much courage now. I want to come back to where once I was held hostage. Now I've had to retrust working with these elemental energies that actually work in the shadows as well, because all of this is very hidden, or it's been hidden in your retreat space. And they want the best for you. They want the best for you. Yeah, you were in some sort of, like, other people can't know. It was like, it's, oh, okay. All right, I swear to God, I'm closing out soon. I'm so sorry if I'm rambling on, but you know the drill. You get to fast forward or come back as much as you like. You took the risk. Okay, so this is the way I want to put these cards. I took the risk and I honored my temple, earthly and emotionally and ethereally. Where I'm going, Capricorn, where you're walking into or coming out of in that portal is forbidden for some in regards to working with you. Does that make sense? It's like you have access to a realm. You have access. Sorry, see if that's better. You have access to a realm, a door, a dimension that you have worked hard for while you were in retreat mode. Maybe this is even just in your subconscious state. In your sleep state, you've been listening to your dreams. Something that maybe you felt you didn't have access to before, you now do. And I think it's funny because I keep hearing like it's going to tick people off, but I don't know, maybe that's just their concern. But it's your birthright. You get to hold your head high, stand tall, and have faith in the forbidden fruit that you have access to. And maybe for some people, you are now forbidden fruit. I don't know, but that's on them. That's on them. It's like a whole other world's being built. Capricorns, I'm going to leave it here. I hope this has made sense and has served. I look forward to, yeah, absolutely, it could be aliens. I didn't want to say, but they are in there. They are in there. I can see them. I will show you. There's the big head. It's almost like, if you can imagine, like I don't know, like Martians or something like that.
Are you from here?
You might even be getting healings in your sleep state. If you notice that, like from spirit or from any sort of dimensional energies, planetary energies. But they are helping you even in your sleep state, subconscious states. Okay, Capricorns, I have yammered on for so long, but I will not apologize. I know that you have the power to pause, replay, and fast forward as much as you like. And I so appreciate your attention and awareness, and your perspective is so powerful and appreciated. So thank you so much. I look forward to scrying the opposite direction. We'll do for later on for the aura of end of January. So until then, thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Thanks for scrying with me. Bye. Any closing out messages there, Ghost Tube, for the Capricorns? Capricorns? I got sunshine on a cloudy day. All right. Thank you.